Welcome back. We're here at New London Hospital, and joining me now is Zack Jonas. Zack is the owner of Jonas Blade and Metalworks right in Wilmot, New Hampshire. Welcome.
Thank you.
So you're a bladesmith.
That's right.
What is that?
What that means is that I make custom knives in all shapes and sizes.
Okay.
We're talking anything from hunting knives and chef's knives on up to samurai swords.
Neat.
Yeah, I do all the work by hand. The materials start out pretty raw. I'll start out with a bar of steel and a block of wood.
Yeah.
And the first step is forging the blades to shape at temperatures exceeding 1400 degrees.
Oh my gosh, don't go near that. Yeah. And you have a forge right at your studio, don't you?
I have two, yeah.
And it's got to be outside. That is a hot furnace.
It's inside. I got a nice big hood over me to pull out some of the hot air, but it's a warm job.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is really interesting. So besides them being, one of a kind, really a nice artist piece, what sets your knives apart from a traditional commercial knife?
Well, most commercial knives are really not very good. They have a purpose, absolutely. They're good to look at. They will do some work. They're generally not very comfortable to use. They won't hold an edge that long, that kind of thing. The truth is, most people don't have any idea how nice it can be to work with a handcrafted knife. Most people have never even really experienced a sharp edge, whether it's chopping veggies or skinning game or even opening an envelope. They just have never experienced it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, my knives are made by the hand, for the hand, to very, very high standards.
Okay, well, good. And part of these high standards, you're part of the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen.
That's right.
But you've also have some ownership in the particular bladesmith. What did you have to what did you have to do to get there?
Well, in addition to the League, I'm a member of the American Bladesmith Society, and I am a journeyman smith, to be specific. The ABS holds very, very high standards for its ranked members, and there are 2 tests that you have to do in order to achieve that rank. I'm about halfway toward becoming a master smith, which there are only about 350 in the world.
Oh my goodness. That is some high standards. Tell us about the test, because we talked about it a little bit off camera.
Sure.
It's pretty neat.
Well, there are 2 tests. The second is a presentation test where you make a set of knives that have to be finished to the highest standards, and they're examined by a panel of master smiths. You're only eligible for that test once you've done the performance test.
Okay.
And the performance test is 4 separate tasks. The first, obviously with the knife that you've made, the first task is to chop through a 1-inch thick hemp rope. So it's free hanging, there's no tension on it.
1 inch in diameter. Oh my, that's a big rope. Okay.
Yep. And you got to chop through that cleanly with 1 stroke.
All right.
The second test is to chop through 2 construction grade pine 2x4s, not with 1 stroke, repeated strikes. As many as you need, as long as you need. You got to get through 2 of them, and then without even sharpening the edge, without touching it at all, it's got to be shaving sharp, literally.
And you have to shave yourself?
Yeah, I usually have a little bald patch right here from demonstrating.
Wow.
And then after that, the blade is clamped in a vise and bent to an overall arc of 90 degrees without breaking it. Now, these 4 separate exercises demonstrate that the blade is really sharp, really robust to get through that 2x4 without having any problems, and also really tough to survive the bend without cracking. All 3 of those things are sort of opposing qualities that you can only get through very, very careful treatment of the steel.
Wow. Okay, so you passed that with flying colors.
I did, yeah.
And what does your next test look like?
Well, I've done the performance test for the Mastersmith ranking as well. It's the same test, but with some different technical requirements for the knife. And then I have to create the presentation set to stand before the panel of mastersmiths.
Okay.
And there's actually a masterpiece that I have to make, which is a very complicated, high art level dagger that I have to produce.
Neat. And you're making that now?
I am working on it.
Oh, exciting. That's great. So what kind of people buy your work?
I have a pretty broad range of clientele. Anybody from hunters, hikers, chefs, and just art collectors as well. My knives have gone grizzly hunting in Alaska. They have hiked the Appalachian Trail, done picnic duty in the Spanish countryside, and prepared lots of local family meals.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to work on some pretty interesting projects. One of the more memorable ones that comes to mind is a samurai-style short sword, which the client had commissioned on the birth of his firstborn daughter to symbolize his commitment to protect her for her life.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm working on probably my most interesting project right now. The client has given me 5 words, one to describe each of his 5 children.
Wow.
And my job is to make a set of knives that represent those words, so 1 word for each knife, or 1 knife for each word. It's a family portrait of sorts, but in knives.
That's cool. When I was introducing you, I said, if you want to give someone a gift that they don't have, contact Zack Jonas, because that really is a very unique and beautiful artistry-made gift.
That's right, thank you.
What is your background?
I majored in philosophy in undergrad. I then worked in finance and then found my way into a bladesmithing class. It's not at all a logical progression, but I have, for my whole life, I've maintained a love of knives. I was a Boy Scout. I just like them. I always have the aesthetics, the utility.
Yeah.
They're one of mankind's oldest tools. They've been around forever.
Well said. Yes, absolutely. And now you're making them beautiful and useful.
I hope so, yeah.
Good. Well, you have a great, beautiful website with lots of information on it and some beautiful photography. If any of our audience members want to find out more about you, unique gifts, can't beat it. And then, of course, you're in the Craftsman stores and you'll be at the fair as well.
That's right.
Very good. Well, thanks for joining us,
Thanks for
Zack.
having me.
All right. Best wishes. Take care. To check out more videos like this one, click here. And to find our YCN news, click here. You can find out more information about our guest today and find a link to the full show in the description below. With new videos every week, be sure you subscribe to our channel and keep up with everything that's going on in the Kearsarge region. Thanks for watching the Kearsarge Chronicle.